Welcome back, guys, for another episode of Sheeko Sheeko. We have a all-girls panel here. My name is Queen Boo, your lovely host. I love how I say your lovely host, but we have a few new faces and a few old faces. Go ahead and introduce yourself. We have Huda, not Hodan. All right, don't mess it up, and that's a note to myself. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a new face here, Idil, with an E. How do you spell it?
EDIL.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
I thought the E would replace the I in the middle.
Oh, no.
No, it doesn't work like that. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Young lady.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You said hi. Welcome. Where have you been?
Around. Yeah.
A lot has changed. Well, thank you very much for coming. All right.
Thank you.
A lot has changed. I mean, like, with the show and everything else.
What are you talking about?
You're still you're still the same you. All right. But thank you so much for coming back. We do miss you dearly. And guess who's back on the panel? You guys have been
popular demand.
But literally popular demand. I'm tired of people commenting going, if it's not IMAN on the episode, I'm not watching. Okay.
That's the honest truth. Don't watch it. Nobody watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Your head is way too big. I'm going to pop it. Bing. Welcome back, girl. We missed you.
Yeah, well, you guys know what you did, so.
We don't do that. Don't do that because people are actually going to think we did something.
Contract discrepancies and discrepancies. I say discrepancies.
People are going to come after us. You have some crazy followers and fans. So
you know what? I either have people tell me to off or like I love you. I don't get in betweens.
Yeah.
Either you love me or you want to shoot me.
People love you. That's what I'm reading in the comments.
Are you?
So don't do that because people come after us, and I don't want hate mail. I was gonna call you out. I'm like, I'm gonna let you have that. Exactly. Okay, guys. So we have a all girls panel today. So we could talk about things that we want to talk about. All right. So it's a bit of a free for all. We're gonna talk about things that are just up in the air that we have conversations within each other. When you're having some tea with your girls, and I guess. Spilling some tea as well, or a little gossip here and there, as you both sip. All right, so let's start off. We're going to start off with a topic so we did a post on Instagram. We asked people, let us know what you guys want to talk about. And we've been getting a lot of emails, DMs, Instagram posts and whatnot. So one of the things that somebody brought up was a lot of us have come, you can let me know, right? A lot of us have come from low-income housing growing up, right? We may not be there now, but we have grown up in either Toronto public housing, Ottawa public housing, whatever the case may be, or the hood, as some would say it, right? That being said, and I'll start off with Ithel, because you're new, all right? I'll start off with you. Why do you think that there's certain members that have grown up in the hood, and that have either prospered, so people have been grew up from there and become big name stars or have done really big things in their adult life, and then there's certain people that are staying in it, have thrived in it, and this goes for men and women, right? Why do you think is that?
I feel like growing up in like lower income housing or whatnot, a lot of people feel like either,
you got to be a little louder, girl. I'm going to sound like a bear next to you.
Okay. I feel like a lot of people maybe look to their community or where they live as inspiration to kind of like seek out and do better and feel better and have better opportunities. So they'll, go to university or college just to, break the cycle. Because, of course, everyone here is from, first generation Somali, and a lot of us did grow up in these communities. So, I could speak for myself where I felt like, I can break the cycle and do better.
Right.
For the
Zainab,
future.
what do you think?
I don't know, actually. And I think it's because of the fact that, like, I feel like we put pressure on what our parents were able to do. And, like, most Somali people came because of, like, the dysfunction back home and, like, the war. And, like, losing everything and having to start all over again obviously is very difficult, right? And I think I think what Idil is feeling and, like, what most of us are feeling actually is that the fact that we need to do better and make it out of the hood. I think what happens is there's just, like, this vision where, like, what means you're going to take to get out of there.
What do you mean by that?
I think, like, okay, for certain things, like, when you want to do better, like, most of us would automatically think, like, going to school, getting a good job, supporting your parents, getting them out of the hood, buying a house, blah, blah, certain. And that takes time, whereas some people just don't have the patience for it and want to get out of there now.
Right.
So then they opt into things that are not so favorable, but that would get the money quicker.
Right. Iman, why is it that there's... Okay, so... so I'm gonna make a statement. I do feel like that sometimes it's the people you hang around with.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So if you're in that kind of community and you grew up in that, which is not your fault, but surrounding yourself with like-minded people that want to do better, does that kind of set the path for you to become better in the future, as opposed to if you're going to hang around with drug dealers and trap dudes and whatnot, then you're going to go the other way?
Yeah, well, there's this saying, tell me who your 5 closest friends are, and I'll tell you who you are, right? So it's who you surround yourself with. So if you live in community housing and you and all your friends go to school, chances are you're going to prosper. But if you're hanging out with the dope boys and you're seeing the dope boy lifestyle, then you're probably going to get into that lifestyle. But can't mean you can't transition. Doesn't mean you can't go from a dope boy to a school boy. Even vice versa. So I feel like people have to understand, growing up in community housing as well, community housing is a temporary thing that they give people as a transition. You shouldn't ever get comfortable being in community housing. It's not your home. It's not your property. You know what I mean? But sometimes some people just get comfortable.
And stick to it.
They stick to it. They build a life around the restrictions, right? So you go on welfare and on welfare you might get $800 a month. You build your life around the $800. You don't prosper to make more. You're like, if I make more, I'll get less than my $800, right? Right. So it's like, it puts you into like a mental handicap. Right?
Got it, yeah.
So I feel like everyone should prosper. And I don't really feel like school is always the answer, right? You can be an entrepreneur. You can go into the trades. Not everybody has to go to university or college. And some people crash with pressure. Me personally, if I feel overwhelmed, I crash. Right. I give up. I go put on Netflix and chill. You know what I mean? So
procrastination.
I'm a procrastinator. So I just feel like we just have to be given the tools. So universities, but half our parents come into parent-teacher interviews not speaking English. Right. We don't know that, hey, there's IB programs, there's a French immersion program, there's after-school homework. When our own child is translating for us, and this teacher's trying to say, you failed, we're saying, I passed. It's hard, right? So it's going to take some time, but I think everybody can get through it.
I definitely did that when I was in high school. All right. I have something to admit, because my parents didn't, at the time, they were newcomers, right? And so I used to take, the permission forms that back in the day that you got sent out. I used to take, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I used to take that, and I was on the yearbook committee, and I used to have Adobe Photoshop and whatnot, and I used to change everything and go on trips and make them pay for it. And all because my parents don't understand. And then I made a business out of it. And so I would do that for the local high school kids. I'd be like, yo, give me $50. And where you going? You going to Montreal? I got you. You want to go to the States? I got you too. And all because my parents didn't really know the system that well, right? So I understand where you're coming from in that sense. A lot of people use that excuse of, I came from the hood. I didn't know better. It's my circumstance. It's my surroundings. This is who I am. I don't have a higher education. I don't know any better. Is that right for people to use as an excuse for not achieving their goals?
I don't know if I like calling it an excuse. I feel like, I don't know, you can't analyze this or talk about this topic without considering systemic barriers that are at play for specific communities like our own. Like we are Somalis, we are Black, we are Muslim. We also go through xenophobia as a new diaspora here. A large majority of us are refugees. So we have multiple barriers at play setting us back. And I think that when you're pushed back against the wall, like if we want to talk metaphorically, so much, eventually you're just like,
okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's I don't blame the victim.
Okay. I got it.
That's my perspective.
So this is great. This is my next question was going to be, you saw what happened with the election. All right. Boo. Trump won. We saw it. I think we were all shocked. I don't know if you were all shocked. Were you? I was.
I gave up after midnight. I said he's our president. Well, their president, not mine. I'm going to sleep. I got Trudeau, so I was happy. Yeah.
Understandably, but a lot of people, and just from a lot of news sources, people are talking about it, what went wrong, and everybody's speculating. Everybody has their own opinion. And a lot of people are saying one of the reasons that Hillary won is because she is a woman. right? And we're all women here.
White women is
Wait.
why she lost.
The reason why
They
she
voted
won,
for
or
Trump.
the reason why she lost?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say one?
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies. I'm living in a fantasy.
Freudian slip. It's what you want.
Yeah, it's what it's exactly what I want. I'm living in a fantasy. I have not come to accepting what has happened. But what I was trying to say is that because Hillary won, a lot of people are saying the reason lost again. I did it again. I swear to God, I've lost my
world,
mind.
she's your president.
In my world, she's my president. Oh my God, I've lost my mind. The reason she lost.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so a lot of people are saying the reason why she lost is mainly because she was a woman, right? And that being said, my next question, I'll start off with IMAN and then we'll go down, is that do you feel as a woman, right? You're now a professional, you're working, you're trying to get that coin, right? You're trying to survive in this society.
Yeah.
Do you feel the fact that you're a woman, not only that, but you're a black woman, not only that, but you're a Muslim woman,
Yeah.
do you feel that certain doors are closed for you?